injury on the right, and the left side just becomes kind of weak and almost useless.
Do you remember the day we met? So that's January of 2019, so miserably cold New York day. Do you remember what my only complaint was?
Right SI.
Right SI. Just
and elbows, right elbow.
Yeah, a little bit. Really, right SI. But on some days didn't bother me, and I could deadlift these. And on some days I couldn't deadlift as heavy as I wanted to. That was sort of it. I thought other than that, everything was fine.
Right. And then we did your squat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we include the pre and post photos?
Please, I think I have it.
What did you see?
In your squat assessment, I saw you standing on your right side.
Halfway there.
I saw actually a dent right above your iliac crest from the compression on the right side. I saw left scapular height. You were spinning out to the left.
Which is remarkable to me, given how, quote unquote, well I thought I could squat. Squat deep.
10 seconds.
Total balance and control. But it's when you showed me the picture from behind that I was shocked. I mean, it was so clear how much I favored my right side in the squat.
And you had later, you talked about the right knee pain. But yeah, it was pretty interesting to watch that spin out. It was very clear on you.
So, tell me about the ribs. Because, boy, if there's another thing that you just hammer into people, it's the ribs.
It's your center of mass. Respiration is one of our constant stresses because you do it 20,000 plus times a day. And if you have the same strategy for dealing with respiration, whether it's a big vertical inhale or a big vertical inhale that's asymmetrical or holding your breath, it hasn't an impact on you. So putting you in, making sure that your breath comes
10 seconds.
And easy is vital for creating good, efficient, coordinated movement.
Now, for some people, their first exposure to even the awareness of the breath is yoga or maybe even Pilates. If you meditate, for example, if you do Vipassana meditation, we use the breath as a object, but it's not. I mean, in other words, it's not a forced breath. It's just you're breathing naturally. But for me, I think Pilates, which I did a couple of classes right back in the day, and I actually found it quite interesting. I could just never make the time for it. Sort of my problem. I distinctly remember the woman that was teaching me sort of putting her hands on my back and just sort of having me breathe into her hands. And that sort of resonated years later when we started doing stuff. Oh, okay, that's interesting. And of course, at that point, I'd already been really exposed to DNS.
10 seconds.
Which in and of itself was just an incredible experience to be able to then learn how to breathe into my pelvis. But these things are not mutually exclusive. You can breathe wide and deep and create the right structure within the rib cage, right?
Yeah, because when you take a full inhale, your diaphragm descends, which you have two diaphragms, they both descend. To reverse engineer it, the more productive your exhale is, the more productive your inhale is going to be. When you exhale, your ribs should go into internal rotation. But if you exhale and they stay put, when you go to inhale again, you only have one way to go up.
And what does that person, how does that person show up?
It could be very subtle, but usually an anterior tilt, a bilateral rib flare, retracted scapula, sometimes the forehead.
And what type of symptoms do they have? What's their problem? Where are they struggling?
10 seconds.
Plantar fasciitis, knee pain, flexor discomfort, anxiety, lower back pain, shoulder pain. I mean, not all of them, but one of those, or two of those, or more.
It's kind of amazing how numb we can become certain conditions. That sort of consistent nagging trap tightness that you almost forget is there until it's finally under control. You can finally put your shoulders back.
They can unload. Another constant stress is gravity. How are you working with or against gravity? You're not breathing well, for lack of better words, and if you're not dealing with gravity well, that has a high cost. You're having to hold this, and you're going to have that loading all the time.
So, what do you think is
10
the root
seconds.
of that? I mean, there's probably some anthropologists who could speak to this, but presumably our ancestors never did more than they needed to. They would have conserved energy. They didn't want to fight gravity more than they needed to. So presumably we evolved in an environment that didn't promote the movement patterns we have today. Would you try that?
I think that external stress has a big thing to do with it. Not sleeping well, staring at a screen. Your eyes are always fixed on the screen, so you're missing out a lot of the peripheral parts of vision, which is stressful because you don't know what's going on around you. A lot of people think that's just the sitting part, which the sitting part is rough. It's never good to be in the same position all the time, but I think it's more of your eyes are always fixed. You're worried about meeting a deadline.
That's interesting because I would have said, oh, look, the root cause of this is sitting. You're saying that's just probably one of the
10
components
seconds.
of it. It's sitting plus a lot of chronic stress as opposed to acute stress because I suspect our ancestors had tons of acute stress. Tiger is there. This guy's going to kill me. Probably not a lot of worry about that mortgage payments and divorce. And footwear, I'm guessing, too, has played a pretty hard role in this. I got to think that going from a minimalist pattern to a heavily supported pattern has altered our attachment to the ground.
It goes back to that whole thing, if you don't use it, you lose it. So if we're never experiencing load to the toes and the forefoot, and you're never feeling your feet, so to speak, you're going to lose that with the squishy heels. You're gonna. I've literally seen people just standing there and their toes are just popped up because they don't even know their toes exist.
What gave you the evil idea to start doing that toe yoga?
Actually, I got that from FRC. Actually, they do it as a part of their morning routine.
10 seconds.
It's funny because it is so hard, and I assist a lot of FRC certifications, and to watch these people try it for the first time, their brains are about to explode, and they're like holding their breath and squeezing their fingers. And basically, how well is your brain able to communicate what your feet can do?
Was I in the top 10 worst initial toe
Not
yogas?
great.
I wasn't great. Did I have that?
Most people trying it for the first time that have never really tried it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Maybe just using your hand as though your hand is your foot, assuming your thumb is the great toe. Go through the assessment.
The whole idea is you want to keep all four bases
Halfway
supported.
there.
This would be my heel, and then lifting all five of them up. And can they AB up? Like, that's huge because a lot of people are like, so can they AB duct? Number one, and can you without changing these guys? So no curling. Can the great toe go down?
10 seconds.
And then also can the lateral four go down with minimal ankle movement, just to see if they can dissociate.
And something as simple as that, you could make the case that if you're not doing that, your feet aren't fully connected to the ground.
Shows how well you're mapping. If they can't move, if they can't dissociate, you probably aren't using that anymore. They're just like fingers. They dampen stress. They dampen force. And you've got people that are, when you're walking, that force is one time your body weight, but as you start running, that increases, and as you run faster, that increases more. So it's just a bunch of
Halfway there.
pounding.
Yeah, I think I'll never look back. I mean, I don't own a single pair of non-minimalist shoes now for exercise, if not for anything. And I just can't imagine not exercising barefoot or with a minimalist shoe. And making that transition a couple of years ago, what a difference.
10 seconds.
To be able to really start to experience that feeling. And I took it to a whole level. Toe spacers 24/7. I had the toe spacers you could wear. During exercise, I had the ones that you could
Last rep.
stretch out your toes and you were just sitting around. And it was a big transition for me. I don't know why. I don't know, again, if that's just a normal pattern for someone who's, crammed their feet into shoes.
Tight shoes or you're not using them anymore. So you're going, cool. Well, you need to think about them anymore.
You may maybe benefit